Hey, welcome everyone. This is your boy Cool. We just got the patch notes for Tempest of Shadows. We are here in my inbox. We got the patch notes. Let's click on learn more and let's go through it. So I'm presuming everybody's already seen the video, everything. I'm not gonna play it. We are gonna just keep it at higher quality. Like the things clear. I'm gonna basically put it on. I'm gonna play it through, sift through this, and leave the hero at a nice angle so that right. So there we go. Let me remove the captions here. So that's the newest hero, Bale the Betrayer by Meta. Right there he is. Let's read a bit about him. Rumors of a cursed swordsman have spread like wildfire throughout the taverns, camps, and courts of Valrune. Bards have dubbed him Bale the Betrayer, though few know the true origin of the name. Reports claim he roams from village to village, slaying monster and men alike. Mothers whisper his name to frighten their children, while lords reveal him as a scourge. So I think he kills mm, nobles or something. So let's see. New hero Bale the Betrayer is a seasoned warrior, hardened battle sellsword who once roamed from town to town alongside his brother, slaying monster men alike for coin. Okay, so he was a mercenary, and the betrayer might be because he killed his brother. Okay, let's see. On one fateful night, their path took a disastrous turn. Ambushed by a band of swordsmen, Bale's brother was slain in the chaos. Through a cruel twist of magic, his soul was bound to Bale's blade. Okay, the weapon grew immensely powerful, but with every swing, Bale was forced to relive his loss. As the sword drank deeper of blood, the spirit within began to twist, corrupted by violence and dark magic. What should have been eternal rest became endless torment. Now Bale fights on, his heart torn by grief, carrying both his brother's spirit and the creeping curse that consumes his. He longs for release, for his brother's freedom and his own suffering to end, but until that day comes, countless battle awaits. Okay, yeah, that's his abilities and everything. That's fair enough. So news, and let's get back into it. New mode, ARAM, Shadow. Okay, we will just overview it. So the new hero is there. There's a new mode, ARAM. One of the most highly requested game modes makes its way debut. ARAM All-Rounder or Mid. Okay, I didn't ask for it. I don't want ARAM mode, but some people wanted it. They have given what the people want. It's backed by people's choice. Okay, that's fine. Battle it out on an all new single lane map with random heroes. Take down enemy towers, push through to destroy their goals to win. Not a new direction. Major balance updates for standard and rank mode to increase the emphasis on strategy and reward skill play. Expect slower rotation, more valuable farming, stronger towers, less effective CC, and a more impactful laning phase. Okay, apart from one thing, which was less effective CC, I think everything else is pretty nice. That's what I wanted. Because ideally, you should have the option of either farming and getting stronger or duking it out, brawling it out. So they have to find a perfect balance between brawling and farming and doing that way, which is good. We'll see how it pans out when we get the update on the Tuesday, which is the 14th. And the next one is the Shadow Eves. Shadow Eve returns to Predecessor Halloween. Halloween's right around the corner. Celebrate the season with all new themed skins and a free mini battle pass. You may even see the minions getting into the spirit too. Oh, that's wonderful, man. Vault passes, okay. That was another thing. I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing because my personal belief is battle pass are time restricted, so you have more incentives to play them. The other point is the battle pass can come back. I think it's fair enough, but it shouldn't be available all year round. No, it shouldn't be. It should be a timely thing. For example, whatever you miss this Christmas, you should be only be able to get it next Christmas if you play it. That's one of the things, but it's fine. Let's see what they think. Battle passes from past have returned. Pick up where you let off and play through 200 rewards at your own pace. If you haven't started playing through them before, you can pick them up in the store via reward passes. Yeah, as I said, I'm not happy with that. Right, this is the patch notes. Let's go. Yeah, we have already. So let's see how they start. Hello, champions! At long last, V19 Tempest of Shadow is upon us, and it's packed to the brim with content. If you followed our 7 days of reveal, you might already have an idea of what's coming, but there's plenty more lurking beneath the surface that we can't wait to share. Here's a glimpse of all this. SA ranked update. South America. Okay, that's a good news, man. South America. World Pass is returned. Legacy map returns in custom matches. Okay. Major balance changes and reshape the tempo of the game. Bug fixes. Okay. So at this point, everybody is pretty familiar with his thing. I'm gonna let it, and let's read through his arguments first. Swift Strike. Basic attacks after casting an ability. Bale gain 80% attack speed for one attack. Additionally, he automatically starts with third attack in his basic attack change, but it always deals 20% decreased damage. Okay. Betrayer's Requiem. It affects his ultimate ability. It's an area damage. Affect Kingslayer's Uppercut. All enemies in the area around the initial target. Additionally, Kingslayer's cooldowns are reduced by 20%, which is nice. So Kingslayer is his ultimate. Basically, he takes the enemy down. It's a 3-chain thing. Yeah. Next, third one and the last one is Frenzied Fighter. It's related to his passive. His passive is when Bale drops below 40% of his maximum health, he enters Berserk for 6 seconds. While Berserk, Bale gets 15% plus 2% per level attack speed, movement speed, and tenacity. Bale can only enter Berserk every 20 seconds. Right? So the final argument for Berserk for Bale affects his passive ability. Berserk has no cooldown and can remain on indefinitely while under the health threshold. So if you're 40%, boys, this seems broken and it will be broken at release when the hero is released on Tuesday. So Berserk has no cooldown and can remain on indefinitely while under the health threshold. So that's his passive, right? So as long as you're 40% of his maximum health, he will enter Berserk. He gets a whole lot ton of attack speed, a whole lot ton of movement speed, and a hell more of tenacity. So goodbye CC, you are killing everybody you see. That is broken. That's a pretty strong. I think so. Oh, and now we got the store news. Curse Bale. Let's see. Ooh, awesome. Looks really nice. Like he reminds me of the one of the Egyptian god Anubis. Really nice. Gotta give him that for that speed. The sword looks pretty nice as well. Yeah, really nice. It's damn fine. Then we have Frankensteel, which everybody might have seen it in the video. Much like Frankenstein's monster himself, Frankensteel was brought to life from those who fallen in the past. That's that's overprime for everybody who doesn't know him, doesn't know the game. It was a pretty okay game. I didn't like it. I like Predecessor more, so I did made a few videos about overprime as well. And Monkey King, he reminds me of Hellboy, hunting you from the deepest rings of hell itself. I think they are hinting kind of like Hellboy from the chains on his arms. The screenshot looks a bit lower quality as if you compare it to the Frankensteel and Bale. That's fine. And hey, this is my boy. That's my boy, Dabash. Narbo Lantern. Don't lose your head over it. He's back. And he is coming to hunt you in the nightmares yet again. Sweet dreams, Chimera. which is awesome. He was in the Twitch drops as well. So if some of you might already have him. Then Reaver, he's back and he will hunt you. Kira, see Reaver Kira, I'm not a fan of ADC, so well, one of you guys might like him, so grab him. Feline Sparrow, see, there's nothing. It's funny and it's there. Not the most original costume idea, yeah, but she pulls this off, don't you think? Yeah, she pulls it off, and this is a nice one, right? We should let her cook, and she cooks. Pelika, oh my god, it looks nice, and that's a nice screenshot as well. Right now, they tell us about various bundles. Ivory Bale Betrayer. So this is the Bale variant bundle. Then they got the Cause Bale bundle. So there's 1, 2. Infernal Wukong bundle, Frankensteel bundle, Halloween mega bundle. The only thing is, are we getting everything? I think it should have everything in this one. Get that. Halloween 2025 mega bundle. Get that, you should have everything. Frankensteel is there, Frankensteel banner, and Frankensteel profile icon, Frankensteel skin. Infernal skin. Just a second. They haven't included Bale. Ooh, I don't think that's good. They they should have included Curse. Like, granted, he doesn't have anything related to this thing, but yeah, that's understandable. Not gonna say anything, but yeah, not happy with these because that's like what 1, 2, and there's no Bale skin. Yeah, so basically you gotta buy 3 bundles. That's fine. We will see. Okay, they have Aaron come with own unique draft, all hero unlocked by defaults. Each player has 2 hero rerolls available to them during the draw. Selecting this, okay. At level 3, 1350 you have gold. You have divine potion as well. Bonus speed, 0 item once they leave their base. The base does not regenerate health in this mode. Upon death, you will be able to buy items again until you leave the base. But what happens if you die? You should lose it. So gold, I don't know. I think it's Dota 2. I played it for like a few days, long ago, years ago, and I think that was one of their mechanism. So you basically lost your gold if you died. You lose a portion of your gold when you die. Health packs, shadow paths, wall passes. Yeah, let's read that. As we announced during 7 days of reveals, one of the most exciting changes coming in B19 Tempest of Shadow is that the battle passes will no longer expire, which I am not in favor of, but hey, it's their company, they're gonna run it how they're gonna run it. They might change it sometime, but I think they should be time restricted. Once you purchase a pass, it's yours to complete at your own pace, no more taking timers or expiration dates. Pass battle passes, nickname wall passes also making a return. If you previously bought one but didn't finish it, you will be able to pick up right where you left. Once V19 Tempest of Shadow launches, they will be available for purchase for players who missed out on them. The Shadow Ops and Winterfest 21 will be available to purchase again in V19 Tempest of Shadow, the Ashes of the Damned Ones, returning in V1.0. Is possible didn't complete them, you will regain access on October 14th. Okay. The legacy map returns in custom games as announced during 7 days of reveal. During 119, the legacy map will be available again to play, this time in custom map. The map includes all twists and adjustments we originally made during its previous iterations. While legacy didn't quite fit as a standalone mode, there's no reason it can't be enjoyed in a custom non-competitive setting. I think it should be. It's a lot more fun. I think you should be able to vote on it if you want to fight on a legacy map, on the standard map. But hey, it's their game again. That's not what the majority of people want, so that's fine. I'm one person. The year squad for a bit, man, that counts. Like, why should I get them as stock? Like squad, I will play with randoms or something like that. doesn't matter, but yeah. Okay, rank mode comes to South America finally. I think lots of people were asking for a server, ranked server in South America, which is really nice. We always said we look into expand rank mode to every region once the player population could support it, and we are thrilled to announce that South America has reached that milestone. Starting Sunday, October 19th, ranked will be available on Sundays between 3 p.m. and midnight, the British right region timing. As some of you may remember, ranked in EU also began with limited time windows before being expanded, and we are hoping to follow similar path here. So gather your friends, sharpen your skills, and get ready to climb. A quick reminder: to play ranked, you must be at level 20 and own 20 heroes. Everybody, we are also hopeful that more regions will join the ranked roster soon. There's a loot code changes as well. You will now receive 300 opals for every 8 quantum. Basically, they have dropped chances for everything from what I could understand. Few are increased, but that doesn't. Uncommon skins is increased. It will no longer be possible for 100 opal to drop. It will be no longer be possible to receive platinum for quantum core, which I think is not nice, but that's fine. Shadow Eve mini battle pass, the Shadow Stir and celebration. The Shadow Eves unlock 10 free rewards simply by paying matches and earning only during this, but the rewards will be available again in the future, completing the pass grants. 1 seasonal banners, 2 seasonal sprays, Iron Core, Quantum Core, 3000 ambles, and 100 opal, and a purple skin variant of Spider Witch Balika. Okay, nice. Now here comes the major important thing. Major game rebalancing. Right? They are implementing major balance changes to standard and rank to slow the pace, which is awesome. I'm in favor of slowing the game down. I don't want a brawler. And I know a ton of people who don't want a brawler as well. You have nitro mode, go ham in that, battle it out all you want. But standard and ranked should be slowed down like a MOBA, keeping it gritty and grindy. And reward skill play, expect slower rotations, more valuable farming, stronger towers, less effective CC, and a more impactful laning phase. Right, as described recently in the patch, we're making some sweeping balance and system adjustments with the goal of reinforcing tactical and strategic MOBA elements within Predecessor. Awesome, all for it. Though the changes are somewhat broad and may feel subtle in places, the overall hope is that the combination of these adjustments will help to slow down the pace of the average Predecessor match. Awesome, making it feel less chaotic and brawly. Exactly, while further rewarding individual player skill and mastery, providing for a more satisfying gameplay experience moving forward. Like fine, that is the point. That is a good point. Like if you're mastering a hero, you should be able to, like if you're mastering Steel, for example, right? He's a tanky character. He shouldn't he shouldn't get blown up in 3 seconds or 2 seconds. He's a tank. Let him frontline. Let him tank the enemy damage. I know not everybody does it, but he should be able to play that role, right? He's a tank. That's his main role. Be the front line, be the tank. Take as much of damage as he's possible. Like granted, it shouldn't be like if somebody's at level 10, he's tanking level 18 player now or level 17 now. What I'm saying, if he's level 14, he shouldn't get blown up by level 17 guy. There's a level difference or two, I find, but what happens if the team is behind? See, there should always be a room for counterplay. The core is already like really flimsy and it blows up really quickly from my understanding, and like I don't like the core to be such fragile thing. I want the core to do ton of damage to the enemies when they're sieging it with the minions, right? Not too much of damage with the minions, but if there's no minion in it, they should take a hell lot of minions, because from my understanding, see, I'm not the most intelligent guy, but I can, from my understanding, the visual cues that I pick up is, I always assume it, the more minions you have, the more damage from the core is distributed among the minions and the heroes. So the less minions you have, the more damage you take from the core. That's what I want, right? That's what I think. That's what my visual cue from that whole scenario with the core is. It might be wrong, but they haven't given this thing. So I will see how it feels, and definitely I would love to see that. I'm definitely liking the direction they have gone by slowing the game down and rebalancing it. I love that. There's a journal summary. They have changed it a bit to the projectile abilities. They have slowed down and increased their dodgeability. So basic attack, you should be able to dodge more area effect. You should be able to dodge that, which is good. Lost some scaling, double TTK. Primary slowing to help down late game TTK. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't get blown up by TTK. See, my perspective on this whole thing is, for example, you're a Murdoch, like you do ton of damage, you blew up another your enemy carry, that's fine, right? But you should understand, like if he has a support and he's a tank support, right? He's not a utility support, he's a tank support. He shouldn't get blown up in 2 auto attacks or 3 auto attacks, and then boom, done. You're on to the carry. Boom, done. He's done. In 5 to 7 seconds, you have won the lane. You have rushed to the core. 2 people are dead on the enemy. There's 3 people defending, and they're not gonna be able to defend it. So you have won that game unofficially over there. So what do you want from that? I don't think that's rewarding. You have reached the end game, right? You have completed your build. You should have the opportunity of like showing people how well skilled you are, what your build is able to do. But killing and blowing up people in seconds isn't the right way. Like you have a team, the tanks 10 shots from you, right? And you need your support as well. Your support come in and help you out as well. So it's showcasing your ability and your support's ability versus the enemy carry and their support. But that's what skillful representation is. Like, how do you represent, how do you showcase your skills in a game? That's how you do it. That's what when you're watching a game from like some of the higher ranked players, how do you showcase that? Like, how do we as viewers judge that's a good match? If everybody is level 18 and they're tanking each other or going for it, it's a struggle, and you win it after like 40-45 minutes. That's what a game is, man. Like MOBA especially, I want that to be like gruely, grindy. Yeah, I've won. I don't want to grind out 10 games, 20 games, 30 games in a day. No, let me grind 5 games. But the 5 games are gruely enough, and I'm like, bang, I've won a match in ranked. It's worth it. And then you climb the ranks, and the player who are climbing those ranks are completely different. I see loads of people in Paragon, like people I have seen. Some of the content creators complain about people being in Paragon who have no skill to be in Paragon, but they have climbed the ranks. So how do you make sure you have a fair skill expression in the game and everything? By slowing it down, letting people learn all the nitty and gritty stuff about farming, wave management, and all these things, and then you win, man. And you let people show us what you can do. And me as a viewer, when I watch that, I'm like, okay, man, that guy has a really good knowledge and he will win. And tons of tower plating now fall at 13 minutes instead of 12 minutes, which is awesome. Tower platings are easier to take early game when all 4 plates remain. Tower damage increase and ramps up more aggressively with each shot. Wonderfully, they can no longer tower dive you. That's what we want. Boss monster durability is lower slightly early game, fair enough. Higher late game. Wonderful. That's a good change. And then they have done a general balance changes, level up stats growth, kill bounty goal. They have changed it. Kill XP as well. They have reduced it a bit. Right, kill bounty. Right, they have changed the modifiers. Comeback XP, ambient gold. Yeah, see, this is like ambient gold. There was like way too high ambient gold. Missing, let's read through it. The gold gain when missing a minion last hit has been reduced, meaning players that farm well will gain more significant leads, and that playing for CS leads over the course of a lane is more rewarding. Players that play too passively or those who do not farm as well will find themselves falling behind their opponent more if they do not find ways to stem the bleeding. Though it is not intentional, there is a risk that this change may skew matchup dynamics with lane bullies better able to deny farm from their opponent, therefore counter matchups becoming more pronounced. Rest assured, we will be keeping a close eye on this and making balance adjustment on a per hero basis to resolve any issue that occurs on this front. See, that's fine, they're saying. But then again comes my view of this thing is that this is a good change, right? Lane bullies are fine. But then where's the jungler? Where's other laners? Right? At high levels, I, I'm not a high level player, right? I'm like a mid level player at best. So with these high level players, they counter pick. Oh, you lost. Yeah. But you have other opportunities in as well in the draft. In competition, you get 3 matches, right? So you lost one, but in the second one, you do better. And inherently, every player has a favorite hero or a favorite role they want to play. So based on that, the stats becomes really important. So ranked mode, right? So competitive scene is you get the stats, right? So every team, if you're into football or cricket or any other American football, right? You're into stats. You see which player does what thing, what level he's good at, what role he plays best, and what's his hero pick rate. So you know he's gonna pick rate this thing like he's a 60% chance of picking Gideon, he's a 60% chance of picking Gadget, he's a 60% chance of picking Argus or something like that, right? So you counter pick that. Morgash or anybody else counters or somebody. You got counterplay over there, and then the stats become really important. Then the next point is gold drip. Alongside reductions to ambient gold, the amount of passive gold is also seeing a reduction. This lost gold is being redistributed into minions and monster, meaning consistent farming is more rewarded and important to it. In order to find success, players that excessively roam or make too many mistakes in lane will risk falling further behind if they do not act decisively. Conversely, players that farm and manage their lane will be able to generate greater leads and find their skill and mastery over laning phase of a match rewarded more and more. Wonderful. Hero movement are being met with small speed reductions, limiting the heroes. Wonderful. And they have increased the hero's ability to accelerate and spawn and change direction so that the hero feels more snappier. That's what they slowed the basic attacks and AoE. So that's what they mean. They're increasing the dodgeability of these abilities and basic attacks. Strong skills and foresight and movement to have greater chance of avoiding incoming damage, especially when paired with some of the reduction to ability, projectile speed, and explosion radius AoE explosion. Now this is gonna hit the carry people a lot. Basic attacks penalties are increasing, while this slower speed may be adjustment for players to get used to. In short term, we believe that this desirable gameplay outcomes. Wonderful. See, if I'm a steal, I can't take 10 shots. I gotta run with my Q. I'm running the other way. But if a carries follow me, I die. So they should have a longer penalty. He's auto attacking me. His speed should slow, and it should give me more time to run away. Then comes into my tankability as well, right? My TTK, late game TTK that I was talking about. So if I have a tanky teammate, right? I'm a tanky teammate. I have time. I do face tank few of the shots, but I am able to escape as well. So that's why you need that. Whereas if there is a small carry, he will. If it's my carry, he can't tank like all these shots. So that's what makes my role significant in that engagement. I gotta face check certain things, whether they are on an objective or no, which lane they are. Are they hiding in the jungle or are they doing this thing? They have taken more hordes. I need to ward that thing. So that's how it becomes important. The roles become significant. Otherwise, there is one hero doing everything. Now, that's unbalanced, right? This includes emphasis on positioning in fight with a clear trade-off between committing to dealing damage with basic attacks, most of the moving costs and slower, halter damage output to reposition in fight, more opportunity to escape ranged heroes and less rundown scenarios in lane where a player can pump you to the with basic attacks alone, more risk and tension of being hit by abilities when committing to dealing damage or last hitting with basic attacks, which reinforce more positioning dynamics. All those things. Wonderful, man. Range increase from this to this, melee increase from this to this, and melee miss increase from this, and that is the combat penalty. Minions are not only gaining increased gold for last hit to offset reductions to gold drip and ambient gold, thus making farming a more important skill and excessive roaming less incentivized. Wonderful. And the combination of these changes will help to reduce some of the shaft of in gameplay in lane. Oh man, that's really nice. Jungle hunt now grows 15 gold when killing camp leaders. Boss monster respawns slower. Boss monsters do more damage and typically more durable in late game. Two thirds and two or three four five camps give slightly less gold. Okay, and now grants this thing of setting the lost gold drip. This also helps limit how much how much non-jungler are rewarded when funneling camps into them, or when a pesky offlaner takes over the map and starts consuming the enemy camps, further containing their economy to their lane, limiting lane leads through poaching of camps. It should be noted that this bolt does not apply to river buffs, cyan or gold buff, as you do not want to overly encourage handling these camps off to junglers as they are not intended to be more accessible as they are intended to be more accessible to laners. Finally, to ensure we are not injecting too much gold into the role, the generic 3 for camp have lot. Take it. Alright, fine, that's fine. TK means fine, okay. Dealing a quick nudge down in health for sealing, making the time commitment needed to kill is lower. I don't think that's a good change. They shouldn't have done that, but fine. Shaper is seeing large increase to his respawn sign, making him less likely to appear more than times in a match, therefore reducing the frequency of this. Finally, the damage of his ability are receiving an increase as they are largely dodgeable. Therefore, we want to encourage players to engage with these mechanics, such as spreading out and strafing the knock up attack, or jumping a stomp shockwave to avoid the damage instead and face tanking them as freely. That's what I usually do. Face tank them. Similar to Shaper, Fangtooth will respawn less frequently. Wonderful. Respawn time increase from this to this. Health change from this to this. And 650 per level. And physical armor increase. Nice. Basic attacks, current health damage increased. Respawn slower. It's also receiving a significant boost to its physical armor and frame rate damage, better preventing abnormal scenarios where it can be soloed before the late game, receiving a reduction to the amount of global experience it offers, further reducing its team-wide snowball potential when killed. Ah, that's fine. Respawn time increased, global XP decreased, health change from this to this, and to this per level, wonderful. Physical armor increased from this to this. This is nice. Basic attack. There's flame breath scaling from 15%, 1%, making it slightly okay. That's nice. Respawn timer increase. Health change from this to this to more tankier. I think it's not that much. Uh, Damage increase, which is nice. That was the mini orb and okay, same. Additionally, there is an important change to damage reduction buff that Orb Prime applies when attacking heroes. Did not purpose with it not for persisting for longer, reducing the speed at which heroes can solo it, but with the damage debuff it applies not only reduces damage to Orb Prime itself, rather than it applies generically and punishing the heroes tanking its attack should a hero break out around it. Okay. Respawn time increased, global XP decreased, health changed from a physical armor sort of increased, but not too much. Basic attacks increase. Okay. Or Prime's damage debuff no longer reduces your damage against targets other than itself. Okay. This is the jungle camp. The gold decrease. Regenerator is okay. They have changed the regenerator side. Contribute towards up now. Health decreasing from 2% to oh my god. Percent to this thing is funny. Okay. That's now the normal hero changes, but yeah, this is pretty nice. I think it's a pretty nice change, not gonna lie. I'm happy they have decided to move in the direction they have. My hero, this is like the individual heroes that everybody is. They have made a ton of hero changes as well. This is just the half Morgash and everybody Mon. Largely, the 2K firstly not applies the damage on impact attacks faster, while the damage and healing is jungle objectives as well. Okay. I think he got a buff he shouldn't have got. Trust me, Mon, if you know how to play Mon, he is a menace in ranked. That's how I climb to. I'm not gonna lie, Platinum with the help of Mon. He's way too strong. Steal my boy. Oh, he can bull rush in midway. Have fun. Wonderful change. Love that. I'm gonna like go through all these hero changes as well, but I will do that in the another video. This video is already way too long on me discussing the normal changes, like the major changes they did, and all these changes and everything. Item and hero changes we'll discuss in another one. Oh, that's a lot, isn't it? And it's arriving this Tuesday. Meet Bale, jump into Real, check out the balance engine, going to be blast. I think Ray, gotta say hi to Ray and Zuzu. Thank you guys. Amazing changes. And Blood Modules. Amazing changes, guys. Can't wait to play the new patch on this Tuesday. I'm not gonna play any Pred over the weekend. I'm gonna play it once it drop. I'm gonna rush out the night. Like, I'm gonna grind for some hours. Let's just say this. I hope you guys enjoyed this patch notes, a brief summary of the patch notes, and I'll see you in another video. This is your boy Cool signing out.